So here we are on our third trip back. See, I told you I'd go ahead and tape it if anything exciting happened. And something exciting happened. I found out that at least some of the raiders respawned. And on my way back, because I wasn't expecting any kind of resistance, I basically ran literally right into them. So we're going to take things a little slower this time, since I went running essentially right between them, and they got the drop on me and pretty much cut me down before I had a chance to defend myself at all. So this time I came back and I have a gun and armor and stim packs and so on and so forth, and I'm trying to see if this was just bad luck. Here we go with the hub flowers again. I don't want to get too far off track. One of the other things that you will note, or that you will discover on survival mode, is the fact that you're going to become very familiar. Yeah, see, there's somebody in front of me. Or possibly to one side, because I don't appear to be getting any closer. You will get very familiar with the terrain. I've covered this particular stretch of ground no less than a half a dozen times, coming and going, and so I'm pretty familiar with where everything is, including the vertibird, and I think I remembered to grab a fusion core this time. So yeah, everything appears to be fine. That glowy fungus? I think I got the glowy fungus. Where's our powered armored suit? And now see, here we go again. And there's no way I'm going to bring this thing down with a pistol, but I have to try. And it's behind the other thing. And again, more meat. Yay, I remembered my fusion core. Now this thing doesn't even have a helmet, which makes me feel more than a little bit weird. And my fusion core is very low. But as long as I don't do any sprinting, this should get me here and get me back. Brahmin hide, alrighty. So now I'm getting low fusion core warnings, and as I said, I'll able to use VATS or power attacks and will move at a reduced rate. Now I have thicket excavations on my map. I really do not have any time to be loitering around. I also don't have any time to be trying to dodge raiders. The armor's not in any condition for a fight, and I don't want to get the thing any more tore up than it already is anyway. I don't think I grabbed this one. Glowing fungus can be used for antibiotics, I believe. So you want to make sure you pick that shit up as often as you can. Nope, it must have just been bad luck the last time. Alright. Maybe they weren't respawning so much as they were just wandering through the area where I happen to be. Always remember, folks, check everything. I'm right here behind the Abernathy farm. There's what amounts to a trailer back here, and not only do we have some bobby pins, but we have a medical box, or a chem cooler rather. We have a medical box, we have a toolbox, and we have an ammo box, as well as a mattress for saving the game. And yes, now I'm short on sleep because I've been running around literally all night trying to get everything done. But now I go back to the Abernathys. I think this stuff literally, either it had not rendered in yet, or that stuff literally just respawned just this second. I've got a couple of bottles to fill now, and we're just going to make sure that we stay hydrated. But I've literally been running back and forth all night trying to get everything done, and fortunately I have everything saved. By the way, the raiders that I couldn't find, I found. They were actually sneaking up on Sanctuary Hills, so we managed to take care of them.
I've got that locket back for you.
You serious?
Now that's a healthy amount of XP. Yeah, their location is not that good, and I haven't scrapped anything, and to be perfectly honest, I don't really have the time or inclination to do so. So I'm going to harvest, read that as steel, more potatoes, and all of these are, again, to the point where I will have enough potatoes and enough fruit and enough corn so that I can plant everything everywhere, so that everyone will have the capacity to make adhesive. Now we have bloat flies to deal with. Always something to deal with. Thought there was another bloat fly out here. There actually is another bloat fly out here. I'm better at sneaking than I thought I was. And that was probably not the smartest thing that I ever did. Because now, not only have I taken rads and some damage, but now I have to worry about getting sick from these damn things. I think I got... No, apparently I did not. Purified water. This is the water tower, which is not too far from Abernathy Farm. There's generally some purified water and a med box right there. What I'm hoping for is antibiotics. I think I have one container of antibiotics back at Sanctuary Hills. From another playthrough, I know for a fact that I forgot about the safe. Something else that's located in between Abernathy and Sanctuary Hills. Safe with the door blown off up here on the hillside. Typically has some ammo and some drugs in it. But I know from another playthrough that antibiotics are worth their weight in gold. Simply because they can be hard to come by. If you get an illness, if you get particularly an infection, which gives you repeatable damage while you're running around, if you contract an infection, then you will continue to take damage until you get it taken care of. The only ways to take care of it are with either a doctor who can cure it, and that's relatively cheap, or with antibiotics. Now, the problem with this is being at a relatively low level, I don't want to just go traipsing off to Diamond City, because I know that would be an arduous trip, particularly just for healing. And the last time that I was there in another playthrough, the doctor had exactly one case of antibiotics, or one dose of antibiotics. So I bought that one dose, or I had him cure me, and I bought that one spare dose, and that was it. That was what I had on me, just in case I caught another infection. So, or another illness, since antibiotics can cure all of the illnesses. So I'm going to run around, scrap a bunch of stuff, build a bunch of stuff, get some more experience, hopefully go up another level. And then we'll see about strolling our way over to Tenpines. I managed to go up a level while I was in downtime, primarily due to the fact that I now have a fence going all the way around my settlement. There are a couple of gaps that I have to fill in, but I've put up some defenses, got a couple of people manning those defenses. I've given several of my people 10mm pistols because the ammunition is common enough and they do enough damage that they're actually worth the investment. Now, I'm off to try to do the Tenpines Bluff mission, basically try to get over there. To give you an idea of a basic loadout, I'm carrying 46 pounds. I've got my bolt sniper rifle, which is 7 pounds. I've got the 10mm, which is 4 pounds. I'm sorry. Oh, I have one extra 10mm pistol. I was going to give that to someone else and they didn't do it. Okay, so I'm carrying an extra 3.5 pounds. I've got 4 mollies. I've got a bowler hat, complete set of leather armor, including road leathers, I do have the +1 charisma, +1 intelligence, sharp leather right leg, but I'm carrying quite a bit of aid stuff, including 10 purified water and 10 stim packs. And that adds up to 46 pounds. 10 water is probably excessive, but the last time I went out and I didn't have enough water, I all of a sudden wound up getting parched. Now, even though I normally travel around stealthing just so that I can cut down on the amount of senseless combat that I get into, and I'm going to run right into the quarry, and I'm trying to skirt around south of it. No, I think I'm just going to make it. And it appears that the quarry is still glitched, and this has been a common problem. Now, I'm not going to worry about that young man over there, because he's pretty harmless. We'll pick up the taboos. Got some meds over here. But he doesn't mind me rummaging around through his stuff, so I'm not going to go out of my way to do him any harm. And I definitely don't want to get involved with the mission. Not only is the map in this area glitched, which causes more than a little bit of confusion. Oh, we have a sleeping bag over here. Oh, some more 308 rounds. Marksman's hair trigger, pipe sniper. I'm going to have to see what we can get out of that. Chem boxes are always locked. Ooh. I'm being harder on the bobby pins this run through than I normally am. I'm going to go ahead and take the opportunity to sleep. I'm not running around stoked on adrenaline or anything like that, so I don't see any problem with sleeping just to save the game. I believe the parking lot where we often will find a doctor is somewhere around here, and actually I don't recall ever having climbed up. Uh-oh. Up. And here we go. We're going to go ahead and take the crit to get rid of the bloatfly, because the little blighters were just getting a bead on me. Now, I'm not sure if that crate down there is worthy of a look, but we're going to run down here and take a look. Oh, short pipe rifle. And 145 caliber round. Okay. Nothing of any real merit. We're going to see if we can, we can drop down from there without a problem. Bloatfly guts, silt beans. Okay. I have to remember that that rifle is up there. I'm not playing this particular run through as being ultra completionist. My roleplay playthrough I am, okay, not sure why the rad roach didn't respond when I rolled up on him. Not sure who this guy is. I don't recall encountering him there before. However, the fact that he's laying in what appear to be a shallow grave means that I think someone killed him and tried to hide the evidence. There are so many small backdrop stories going on in Fallout 4 that it's just, it's ridiculous. It's almost difficult to keep track of them all. For instance, one of the things that you find out when you are first going through your character creation is that Nate is actually supposed to show up at some sort of a veterans dinner or veterans event. If you are diligent and observant, you will eventually find a terminal at the location where he was actually supposed to have that event. And I see that as a nice bit of continuity.
What do you want? We don't need any more trouble around here.
Well, now this is a surprise. This time, the raiders are coming from Walden Pond instead of coming from the Corve plant. And that is a pleasant surprise because, confidentially, the Corve plant is quite a haul, and it's quite a slog of a mission, particularly on survival, particularly running around at the level that I'm at. Now, I don't know if I'm set up well enough to take out raiders in my current condition, but since it's Walden Pond and not the Corve plant, I'm going to go take a stab at it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get the doc to fix me up.
Any other complaints?
Since I was down some rads, and there are no ill effects to having the doc fix you up for rads and for wounds.
No, we're done.
Whereas if you take rad away, and then you get an hour's sleep on the mattress, there you go. That works out well. If you take rad away, then your resistance to infection is lowered. I'm not sure for how long, but your resistance to infection is lowered, and as a matter of fact, that's how I caught an infection on another playthrough. We're not too close to the pond yet, so I think we're all right. We're pretty close to Concord still, and Concord got cleaned out pretty thoroughly. I never did go back to do the Mirelurk den underneath where the Deathclaw came out, so I am going to have to go back and sweep that out. There's quite a bit of loot under there, and I forgot about it until just this minute. To be perfectly honest, I've been having a hard enough time staying alive. I think one of the biggest problems is going to be food. You can go ahead and eat all of the irradiated food. Okay, we have someone standing here in the middle of the road. So let's see what's going on here. Trash can Carla.
Looking to trade? Rob me? Or just ask directions to Diamond City?
Yeah, she will still sell stuff that can be construed as food. Wow, purified water costs a fortune. She will also sell circuitry and crystal. You better have a lot of money. Alright, I'll take 10 rounds for 90 caps. And now that I've spoken with her, I believe that I will be seeing her more often in town. I believe that's how that works. Okay, now we have a campsite. Nothing's owned by anybody. Got some pretty good stuff here. To me, empty bottles now just means places to store water. Unfortunately, there's nothing that constitutes a bed. Getting pretty close to the pond. Sun is going down, which is in my favor because hopefully anybody that I run into won't be able to see me. In a perfect world, I would be able to see if I could kite somebody else into the fight so that I could have them help pick up the slack for me. But such is not the case, and I also noticed not too long ago that Dogmeat was not with me. So I do not have a companion, and I'm pretty sure that that's a bad thing at this stage of the operation. Oh, we got some people doing some shooting that are not me. Not sure who's shooting or at what. Okay, that was a scary sound. I was sure that there was a person up there a moment ago. And now I see nothing. Oh, there he is. I may have been better off leaving him here, because there's an awful lot of activity going on. Oh crap. And me without a melee weapon. Figures. Yes, I'm sleeping on a mattress with a dead body on it. Leave me alone. You do what you gotta do. 84 of 160 pounds. Let's see. I don't see anybody running around the pond. Don't see anybody in the general direction of where I heard the gunfire coming from earlier. Of course, I slept for an hour. My hidden marker, my hidden marker is changing a lot. Now, this place is supposed to be held by raiders. I don't even see any buildings where raiders would hang out. Unless they're all the way over on the other side, which is a possibility. We do have a dog. We apparently have more than one dog. Where are you? See if I can find this other dog carcass real quick. I am often navigationally challenged, so there have been plenty of times where I have killed something and then was not able to find the body. I have not yet seen anything nastier than a raider or a roach or a dog or a bloatfly, but I'm pretty sure I don't want to try to fight a mirelurk right now. By the way, the little monkeys are very creepy. Creep me out all the time. Okay, one bobby pin, that's me another bobby pin. Makeshift bomb. Pre-war money. Odd that there were no triggers for the bomb. No tripwires or anything like that. A little unusual, I think. Fortunately, I can't take the shopping cart. Gift shop basement master level lock. Okay, I hope there's something good in there, but I'm not getting in there anytime soon. Couple of trash bins. Ooh, chemistry jar. Okay. Now back to what we were doing before, which is supposedly, aha! Raiders in a pipe? Seriously? Yeah, kill the raiders in Walden Pond. Oh, this has got all kinds of badness coming off of it here. Especially because now I'm hungry and thirsty. There we go. Hopefully that'll cover us. It's been a while since I've been to Walden Pond, so this is going to be a challenge.
I made sure he had everything he needed before he started his camping trip in that little shack up top. Double-checked his list and everything. That's why they call it being the road.
Ah, and this guy invented
Transdentalism, moron. You sound like an idiot.
Here we go. Well, that looked like it was pretty successful. Tweeze and Bear. Gonna be getting overloaded soon. 134 out of 160. Yep, sleeping on a dead guy's mattress again. So let me drop off all of the crap that I don't need. Put the fatigues on, +1 strength, +1 agility. The agility will be nice. I'm looking at the +1 strength for portage, of course. Alright, so we just got done sleeping, and again, dead guy's bed. Yes, creepy, leave me alone. Take the Salisbury steak. Now we have to see what else we have going on around here. We got a whole... I don't want to get too crazy with this, with the looting part. We can always loot later. I think it's funny that they actually give you credit. Taking down can chimes.
What?
Sorry, Walter.
No need to hide. It'll all be over soon.
There's every reason to hide, Walter. Oh! And this is why you save the game. Okay, we're just going to get right back to it because now I don't think that there's... Yep.
Open fire.
Yep, go ahead, open fire. I think Walter's wounded, that's why he's hobbling. And there we go. Let's try not to walk up on the fire. I also want to try to make sure that I don't accidentally walk into something that's going to explode. Ooh, the gift shop key. There we go. Now we get to see what's going on behind that master lock in the gift shop. Ah. Alright. Actually, hold on a second. I got something just for this. There we go, plus 25 carry weight. Gives me enough time to pick up the stuff that has almost no weight. And whiplash. Not worried about most of this stuff. Is this the gift shop key? Yeah, that's the gift shop right there. Alright, we're going to walk back for the heavy crap later. I think I can clean out most of this stuff. Big Jim.
Bingo.
Ooh, plus 20% chance to cripple a target's leg. Duct tape and a screwdriver. Okay, now I don't know how long the radstag meat lasts. So I want to get everything back up here. This is going to be it for this particular trip. This was a little hairier than what I had anticipated, but it all worked out very well. Make sure that I completely Grinch the area. For those of you that are not familiar with the term, that's because I invented it, and it's based on, of course, the Dr. Seuss story, The Grinch Stole Christmas, because if you will recall, at one point he did not even leave a crumb big enough for a mouse. And that pretty much sums up my methods. And now that I have the gift shop key, I can come and go as I please. So, that helps out tremendously. And there are beds to sleep on for saving the game, and so on and so on and so forth. So, this is going to be it for this trip. Going to go ahead, get all of this stuff back home. This is another thing that a lot of people are going to have to consider when they're playing, and this is one of the reasons why I took Idiot Savant, is because leveling speed. Oh, Tales of a Junktown Jerky Vendor. There we go. Better prices when buying from a vendor. There we go. Everything is going to take longer. Leveling speed, particularly, is going to be slower simply because you can't just run back and forth grabbing stuff like you could before. So everything is going to take longer. So I'm going to go ahead and sleep for a few hours so that I'm not only saved but rested and that it's daylight out. I want to thank you all for joining me. As always, likes are appreciated and subscriptions doubly so. This has been Darkheiser signing off. Have a good night.